Former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney has passed away at the age of 84, leaving behind one of the most complex and influential legacies in modern American history. For over 4 decades, Cheney's name was synonymous with power, authority, and conviction. He was a man who shaped the course of U.S. defense and foreign policy, and whose decisions left an indelible mark on the world. To his supporters, he was a brilliant strategist and a symbol of strength in times of crisis. To his critics, he represented the darker, more secretive side of American politics. Yet no matter which side one stands on, there is no denying that Dick Cheney changed the way America operated on the global stage. Born on January 30th, 1941, in Lincoln, Nebraska, Richard Bruce Cheney grew up in a modest household and learned early the value of discipline, hard work, and persistence. His academic journey began at Yale University, but was cut short due to academic struggles. Refusing to give up, he later earned both a bachelor's and a master's degree from the University of Wyoming, where his interest in government and leadership took root. Cheney's political career began when he joined the Nixon administration in 1969. His sharp intellect and calm demeanor quickly caught the attention of senior officials, leading him to a series of influential roles. During the Ford administration, Cheney served as White House Chief of Staff, becoming one of the youngest people ever to hold that powerful position. He was known for his steady hand, loyalty, and quiet authority, which made him a trusted figure in the inner circles of Washington. After his time in the White House, Cheney returned home to Wyoming and successfully ran for Congress. As a Republican member of the House of Representatives, he served 6 terms from 1979 to 1989, where he established himself as a strong voice for conservative principles. He was respected for his deep understanding of defense policy and his unwavering commitment to national security. His influence grew steadily, and when President George H.W. Bush took office in 1989, Cheney was chosen to serve as Secretary of Defense. In that role, he oversaw Operation Desert Storm, leading U.S. and coalition forces to victory in the Gulf War. The operation was swift and effective, earning Cheney widespread praise for his leadership, discipline, and clear military strategy. Many saw him as the steady hand that guided America through a critical chapter in its post-Cold War history. After leaving government in 1993, Cheney moved into the private sector, becoming the CEO of Halliburton, one of the world's largest energy and oil services companies. His time in the corporate world gave him valuable insight into global energy markets and international business, strengthening his understanding of how economics and national policy intertwine. However, Cheney's return to politics in 2000 would once again place him at the center of American power. When George W. Bush selected him as his running mate, the decision was initially seen as a safe and strategic choice, a man of experience to balance the ticket. But few could have predicted just how influential Cheney would become once in office. Serving as vice president from 2001 to 2009, Cheney redefined what the office could be. Traditionally viewed as a secondary position, Cheney transformed the vice presidency into one of immense authority. He became deeply involved in policy making, intelligence briefings, and national security decisions. The defining moment of his career, and arguably of modern American history, came on September 11, 2001. As terrorist attacks unfolded on U.S. soil, Cheney was thrust into a position of unprecedented responsibility. Operating from a secure bunker beneath Washington, he coordinated immediate national defense responses, while President Bush was being transported for safety. In the weeks and months that followed, Cheney became one of the key architects of the U.S. response to 9/11, helping to design policies that would become known collectively as the War on Terror. Under his influence, the United States launched wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, reshaping global alliances and igniting debates that would continue for decades. Cheney's support for enhanced interrogation techniques, increased surveillance, and preemptive military strikes made him one of the most polarizing figures of the 21st century. Supporters praised his resolve and willingness to take difficult actions in defense of the nation. Critics accused him of overreach, secrecy, and eroding civil liberties. Regardless of one's perspective, Cheney's impact on the post-9/11 world is undeniable. He became a symbol of the powerful, sometimes controversial, executive approach to governance, one that prioritized national security above all else. Behind the scenes, Cheney was known for his discipline and calm control. Rarely emotional in public, he was methodical, deliberate, and measured in everything he did. He didn't seek the limelight or public approval. Instead, he worked quietly and effectively, often influencing decisions in ways that few outsiders ever saw. Many within Washington believed that Cheney was the most powerful vice president in U.S. history, a shadow president whose intellect and experience guided the administration through war, diplomacy, and domestic tension. Away from politics, Cheney was a man of family and resilience. He married Lynn Vincent in 1964, and their partnership became a cornerstone of his life. Together, they raised two daughters, Liz and Mary Cheney, both of whom inherited their father's passion for leadership and conviction. Despite facing severe health issues, including 5 heart attacks, multiple bypass surgeries, and a heart transplant in 2012, Cheney remained steadfast in his dedication to work, family, and his country. His health battles became a testament to his endurance and determination, qualities that mirrored his political journey. When news of his passing broke, tributes poured in from leaders across the political spectrum. Some praised his commitment to defending the nation in its darkest hours, while others reflected on the deep divisions his policies created. At his state funeral, held at the Washington National Cathedral, presidents, lawmakers, and world figures gathered to pay tribute to a man who had shaped global politics for decades. His casket, draped in the American flag, was carried into the cathedral as solemn music filled the hall. His wife Lynn, his daughters Liz and Mary, and his grandchildren sat quietly in the front row, surrounded by faces of power, former presidents, generals, and diplomats, all there to honor a man whose influence reached far beyond politics. Eulogies described him as a man of conviction, a strategist who understood power, and a leader who made the hardest decisions when others could not. For some, Cheney embodied the essence of leadership in crisis: calm, decisive, and unflinching. For others, his legacy was a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power. Yet even his fiercest critics acknowledged that Dick Cheney changed how the modern presidency functioned. He expanded the role of the vice president, redefined the balance between national security and civil liberty, and forced the nation to confront difficult questions about morality, defense, and authority. As the American flag was folded and handed to his wife, the moment symbolized the end of an era, not just for Cheney's family, but for an entire generation of Americans who lived through the world he helped shape. His story is not one of simplicity or perfection. It is one of complexity, conviction, and history in motion. Cheney never sought to be loved or understood. He sought to be effective, In his own words, he once said, "History will judge us by the decisions we made to keep our country safe." And indeed, history will continue to judge him as a man of intellect, controversy, and unwavering purpose. Now, as the nation bids farewell, Dick Cheney will be remembered not only for the power he wielded, but for the conviction that drove him. His journey from a small-town boy in Nebraska to the halls of the White House serves as a reminder of how determination can shape destiny. Whether viewed as a patriot, a strategist, or a controversial figure, Cheney's influence is woven into the fabric of America's modern story. His policies changed the nation, his leadership guided it through crisis, and his name will forever remain a part of history. Dick Cheney, 1941-2025. A man of power, controversy, and legacy, whose shadow will forever stretch across the landscape of American politics.